Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Marlene. Today's video it's going to be about how to develop your psychic gifts. So your psychic gifts can be developed naturally, so you don't have to take any sort of psychedelics, plant medicine, or go to any expensive retreat unless like you want to, right? You have your own free will. But there's ways that you can do them naturally and I guess like more safe. So your psychic gifts are pretty much is like your intuition, your sixth sense is what we called the clair. So learning how to read energy or understand energy. So it's your clair audience, clair sentence, clairvoyance, and clair consciousness. Okay, so as a gift for you to have a connection with God, with Source. Okay, it's going back to your spiritual self. So it means lifting the veil of forgetting. Okay, so first I'm going to explain the psychic gifts in terms of the chakras, since I think it's a lot easier to understand it that way. So I have my little board here. So pretty much you have seven chakras in your body, right? They're divided by the lower chakras. Your bottom three have to deal with the material world, and the top three have to deal with the spiritual world. And then in the middle, we have the heart chakra, which is the one that acts like it's as an intermediate between these two chakra systems, right? It's like that portal that's going to allow you to access the higher um, densities or like realms. So that's where your psychic gifts will be located, right? So in your third eye, more specifically. So pretty much when your energy comes into the bottom chakra, so the Kundalini energy is trying to rise up all the way to your third eye. So when it's doing that, it's trying to clear anything that prevents for that energy to raise up, right? So if you have a blockage of on any of these energetic centers, it's going to show on the higher chakras. The aim for the Kundalini is for you to be able to harbor more light, more love, so that you become like a clear channel of energy, right? So it means that your energetic field is going to be a reflection of these chakras, right? So your energetic field, it's going to act as also as a magnet for whatever energy that comes to you. And your aura is going to act as a representation of your chakras. Okay, so if you have a blockage, let's say on your root chakra, is also going to show in your aura. Okay, so you're going to have all these blockages that are not going to allow that light source to enter your energetic field. Okay, so the more you vibrate in the lower chakras, such as like living in fear, it's going to act like a shield energetically, and it's not going to allow any of that energy to come and help you to heal until you actually clear those blockages. Then you'll start to let all that energy flow into your energetic field, right? So let's remember that all that light or love, it's information, right? It's you trying to connect with like the higher realms. So it's preferably that you work any blockages that you have on your lower chakras, so that when you're able to access the higher chakra or the spiritual worlds, you don't have a distorted vision of what you see. So pretty much the astral is like a mirror that acts, it's like a projection, right? And you might not be able to understand it. You can also be tricked by the false light, which are like entities that trick you. This also can be reflected in your physical body, such as your nervous system. If you don't have a regulated nervous system or psyche, you won't have like the capacity to harbor more of that life and that love. The most important thing is to clear the lower chakra. So the first one, it's blocked by like fear. Um, the sacral gets blocked by guilt, sadness, addictions, or like the victim mentality. And your solar plexus gets blocked by pride, anger, issues with like self esteem or money. And you pretty much want to heal all that energy, any imbalance, so that again, all this energy it's able to easily raise up and access your third eye, your psychic gifts, right? So clearing your energetic field is also called like spiritual hygiene, right? So this means that you're going to work with your mind, body, and soul complex. So you pretty much are going to try to heal this triad of complex in very like general way. So we all know that the body usually requires like healthy food, exercise, good sleep, drinking water, being out in the sunlight, to be able to heal. And then the mind, you can read about like psychology, how the mind works. You can go to therapy, do shadow work, practice mindfulness, which is about like meditating, journaling. When you try to do meditations to clear your blockages, don't try to force having any like astral projections, like any out of mm, body experiences. Like you want to focus on knowing how to do meditating for the sake of you learning how to stay focused, because you're gonna learn that wherever you place your focus is where your present moment is at. And when you're dealing with the spiritual world, a lot of times you might be falling into different timelines and you might be forgetting to actually live in the present moment. That's why it's very important to understand how to have a focused mind, that you don't get distracted. So, in essence, what you're doing when you're clearing or healing these blockages is that you're raising your vibration, right? So, your chakras vibrate at a certain rate, and we're trying for them to vibrate higher. And this is going to reflect in your aura field, right? So, basically, it's like you're going to detoxify your aura from any distortion, any lower entities that might be attached to your energetic field. That's why it's also important to do like detoxes of heavy metals in the body, because they also reflect that on your energetic field, right? You're trying to be less dense energetically so you like reach a higher vibration, right? So this is for you to start experiencing your psychic gifts. You're gonna be able to understand and tap on onto the higher realms. So pretty much your higher selves, or the higher entities like angels, like light information vibrates really high. So in a way for them to communicate with you through your gifts, they have to lower their vibrations and kind of meet you like halfway, so that you're able to anchor that light and you're able to process it and translate it right to what it means. But again, like they kind of meet you halfway, so it's best for you to vibrate higher so that you're able to understand them, right? So to do this energetic cleanse is like setting energetic filters. So the filters are going to um, be able to filter whatever energy that comes into your field. So you might want to start going out more in nature, because nature is an actual natural filter. So it filters out any like dense energy like stress, anger, like practicing grounding. So, like putting your feet on the ground to clear all that stagnant energy, right? You might also start filtering what you see on the internet, what you watch on the TV, places that you go to, or the food that you eat, right? Even the music that you listen to. So, all of this is for you to, again, try to raise your vibration. And this naturally will repel lower frequency things such as like places, people, food. It also makes you like very sensitive to energy, right? Because again, this gifts make you more sensitive to certain energy, and this also can make you not being able to tolerate like toxic environments anymore, right? That's why it's important to do this gradually, because your psyche, your spirit, or your body have to be ready energetically to, for example, let go of a place or a person, and be able to, like, again, like gradually assume like your new realities. You want to, again, like do this little by little, to the point that your psychic gifts like don't act like against you, like they don't play against you, and instead like you learn about all the spiritual tools or like spirituality, so that later on like you're able to be comfortable with having these gifts and still be able to operate um like a normal human being, like in the 3D world, right? So it's going to be a gradual process, right? And if you try to force your psychic gifts, let's say, like, oh, I'm just going to meditate for 20 hours on the third eye, nothing wrong with it. Again, you have your free will, but this can hurt you. You know, like you really want to have a strong or like clear lower chakras, because the clearer there are, like you're gonna have better experience once you're able to open your third eye, right? So if you do this energy, if you force it, you might have a Kundalini syndrome, or it can even give you psychosis. So that's why trying to force your spiritual gifts without having like the necessary spiritual tools or a plan on how to heal your lower chakras not gonna help you know how to process all that light, all that information that's going to come to you. And again, you're not going to be like this clear channel due to all the lower distortions that you have in your energetic field in your chakras. We are all on this planet, like the spiritual, we all have our third eye. So we can all have access to this energy, right? To some degree, some people have some of their clairs more, um, you can say like worked than others, like they are able to understand it more than others. And it's very common that in childhood you probably had these gifts, but you probably suppressed them because you either didn't know. But some people that were able to understand them, like um, they can tap into them more if they do some sort of like cleansing. Then they are able to easily go back to that state where they have them like more like open, you could say. So people around you that have shamanic lineage, healers or witches, then it's a lot easier for you to develop your gifts, because you probably have been practicing, or they've been telling you certain language about spiritual realms that like you're now able to understand, right? More than other people that are just like barely starting to get their psychic gifts. Again, nothing wrong. Everybody has their own individual process. And this is why it's important to, when you do your spiritual practices, to not try to like force other people or make them feel like bad if they are not getting their spiritual gifts online, because pretty much everybody has their own individual process of clearing their energy of maybe they have to reach a certain point energetically until they are able to open their third eye. And yeah, it's just about like clearing, having like spiritual hygiene, and clearing as much as you can of those blockages, healing as much as possible. Okay, so that's all for this video. I hope it was helpful, and I'll see you in my other videos. Okay.